We're making a creamy pasta-based dish. The main ingredient that I really wanted to work with was this silken tofu. What we're gonna do is we're gonna use this to make the base of our sauce. So you get the flavor, you get the protein without having to worry about the texture because it's gonna be blended into the sauce. And you'll know there's tofu, okay? With simple ingredients, because the whole point of this class, right? 30 minutes or less, regular ingredients, and it's gonna be a good time. If you're new, I'm Chef Shayla Dr. Nettie. So for this recipe, actually the inspiration was my grandma. My grandma and my grandfather, they just celebrated an anniversary. I want to say it's over 40 years. And their big tradition is going to Olive Garden. And it made me think about how often I'm used to just eating like creamy pasta and how much I thought that was like the best dish to have for dinner, for lunch, or whatever. The plant-based eating, I think a lot of times people just think is going to be boring. It's not going to taste good and they don't know what to use. So I wanted to show you how we could do that. I have a pot of water that is coming to a boil on the stove, because the thing that's probably going to take the longest is going to be the pasta itself. And I'm going to use the pasta water to add it to the sauce to help it get really creamy. So stick with me. You'll see how we roll. All right, let me prep things while the heat comes on. You could chop and go at the same time, but I want to get all my chopping out of the way. So I'm just going to have all my ingredients. I'm going to kind of put them to the side here. All right, so I'm taking my scallions. I'm going to go to the bottom. You'll still see me, okay? I know, guys, I know. I'm stepping it up. I'm stepping it up. I can hear y'all in my head. What? So we got our green onions here, okay? So I'm literally going to I'm starting with the whites. I always say this, that the whites, they act more like a regular onion, okay? And that you really want to cook these down, whereas the dark green, this is more like a garnish. And so it's something I usually put on at the end. You could cook them both at the same time. It's really up to you, but just something to keep in mind. So we'll put the dark ones there for now. We're going to chop all of it up. Now, when I chop it, I chop at a diagonal, almost like 45 degrees. And remember with chopping, you want to hold that knife very carefully. Thumb here, index finger here, 3 fingers back here. That way it's moving with your hand. And then you do that C motion, okay? So your knife should be hitting your knuckle at all times. So that way you don't chop any fingers, right? And that's how we're able to go fast and not hurt ourselves, okay? So that's the whites done, just like that. The cool thing about this, you'll see once everything's chopped up, it looks so pretty, all the colors. Next, we're gonna go to the shallot. So chop that. And I'm only gonna use half of this because I don't want the onion flavor to take over the dish. So we literally just peel, you just peel that outer part right there. See, like that. And then I put a line straight down like this, and then I switch like this, and then I come across. And that helps me have nice, even-ish pieces. But you can chop it how you like. Don't think you have to chop it all fancy like me. Next, I'm gonna do a red bell pepper. There is a seed in the middle. So what we're gonna do is go right down one end. I'm only gonna do half, the other end. See that seed's there? You can always pull that out. All right, and I pull that here. So I'm just trimming off that white part. That white part, it can be very bitter, so we don't want that. I'm just gonna do strips. I'm not gonna do squares like I did the shallots. I want strips because I want to be able to see them in the pasta dish. So I'm literally just gonna go right across. You see what I mean? So like that, okay? Just like that. Boop. Okay. If you want it to be smaller, you can always cut it into a square, but I like to see mine. It almost reminds me of what I see when you eat like a what people call a rasta pasta kind of dish. Because I just love that color. You can do green bell peppers if you don't have red or yellow or orange. Like the beauty of this is it's not a recipe. It's more like a guide. For those that are new here, I'm always big on saying, I'm not showing you recipes. I'm showing you how I think about cooking in the kitchen so that way you can make your own. All right, got one more. It's our last veggie that we're chopping. It's going to be our mushroom, our baby bella mushroom, okay? So it does have a stem. Now, in our previous live, I actually threw these away, but usually I actually chop them. I think I got a little excited last time. So what I do, this is critical for this to cook fast. You want it to be thin. Now, I should say, before I use these, I take a wet paper towel and I just lightly brush the tops. That way, any type of debris is off of it. Because if you run it underwater, it's going to get really soggy and then all that water ends up in the pan. And that's what makes it soft and mushy. And most people don't really like mushrooms like that. So I literally just go across like this. And I do them relatively thin because the thinner they are, the quicker they cook, like this. Okay. This is actually going to be the first thing we cook. First thing we cook is going to be the mushroom. Now, the oil that I'm going to use, I have my pan on medium heat. The oil that I'm going to use is graza. Because we're not doing a high heat process, we could do olive oil because it's not going to burn because it has a lower smoke point like an avocado oil or neutral heat oil. So I'm gonna put that right at the bottom. The first thing we're gonna put in here, not the onions, not the bell peppers, is the mushroom. When you put it in, you should see and hear a sizzle. Now, all of them are probably not gonna fit because what we wanna do, we want the mushrooms to all have enough space. I'm fanning them out so that everybody has their own space so they can get nice and brown. This is gonna give us that bite that you wanna have that you usually would get if you're cooking with meat. It also gives us a nice flavor. Cooking your mushrooms this way prevents that water from making them mushy because mushrooms have a ton of water in them. So if you notice, I didn't add any salt. And the next thing you do in this part is you let them sit. While they're sitting, can you see this? I don't know if you can see the steam coming here. The water is hot enough, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my noodles in. So I'm probably gonna add about this much. That much fettuccine. After a few minutes, or even seconds actually, if you can see, look at the color change, right? So the mushrooms went from that light color, that was not all they cooked, to now like this darker brown. That's what we want. And then, you can move it, right? Because it's not about being perfect. But look how much the mushrooms have reduced in size. My whole pot was filled with mushrooms before, and now it's barely anything. And that's because all that water has left the mushrooms, has come out, and it's decreased the size. Let me show you my seasonings I'm gonna use once we start the sauce. I only have 4 seasonings. That might sound like a lot to some people. Probably the only one that most people here won't have, especially if you don't cook plant-based generally, is this nutritional yeast. I get this particular brand from Bragg. I love it because it adds kind of like it doesn't taste like cheese at all, but it has like a cheesy kind of flavor that it will add to the sauce, and it'll change the color a little bit. So we'll add some of that. I just got me some garlic powder because, come on, garlic powder. And I got some mushroom seasoning because I don't have any Italian seasoning, and I like the ingredients that it had in it, but that's completely optional. And then of course some black pepper. And then salt. Salt's always there. Unless you don't cook with salt. I'm gonna turn these over. They're cooking fast because that heat is right where we want it to be. And it smells good already, guys. Look at that color. Look, it's not burnt, right? It's just nice and brown. Okay, a little bit more olive oil. So I'm gonna go ahead and put in my onions right in there. You should hear that sizzle. Okay, just like that. That's our green onions, our shallots, and I use mainly just the white parts of the green onions. I'm gonna add a pinch of salt, not to necessarily season it, though it will do that. It's more to take that moisture out of the onions so that they cook faster. We'll just stir them here like that, break it up a little bit. Okay, this part is so fast. So while that's happening, I'm gonna go ahead and take my red bell peppers and toss them right in there too. All the veggies are in, except for the mushrooms. Still, the mushrooms have not been seasoned with any salt yet, so that's important to note, okay? All right, there we go. That's sauteing up. So here's what we're gonna do. I took out all this pasta. I got one little bit here. So on my cutting board, pasta water. We're gonna get our coconut milk, and of course, our main ingredient, the silken tofu, okay? And we're gonna blend it up. All right, let me walk you through the steps. So first step, so this tofu is like super soft. It just breaks apart. If I cook this for you like this, most people wouldn't like it because it's so soft. So this is gonna go right in there, pop it right in, okay? And this is the one that I got. It says, it's from the Asian International stores. There's always a little bit of water in this, so I poured a little bit of it in here. It's more about how thick you want your sauce to be. So I like using the pasta water because all of the starch from the noodles are in this water, so it helps the sauce thicken up. So I'm gonna just take a ladle of this and put it right into my blender. I'm gonna get a little bit of my coconut milk here. This is unsweetened coconut milk. That's probably like 2 tablespoons worth of coconut milk. Just help a little bit more with the creaminess. And then I'm gonna go ahead and season it. So I'm gonna use a little bit of my mushroom seasoning, a little bit of my garlic powder, a little bit of my nutritional yeast, and all the actual amounts will be in the description. Pinch of salt. There should already be some salt in the pasta water because remember we salted that, but we'll be able to taste this, right? And then normally I have lemon or lime, and the reason why I like to use a lime or lemon is that the acid. So that acid breaks through the fat and it adds a little bit more complexity to the flavor, so the sauce tastes even better. This is a lime, so I don't have to worry about any seeds getting in there, okay? I'm gonna put the top on and I'm gonna blend it right here. I'll be right back. So now you can see it looks like this. It almost looks like a heavy cream. And watch this, y'all. Look, I want you to see its consistency. Like, look at this, right? And if I go like this, look, let's taste it. All right, I know what it needs. A little bit more salt. Add a little bit more of that in there. This is like basically seasoning to taste. So whatever your taste buds think it needs, try that. And don't be afraid. Like, you can't mess it up. I mean, you can put too much salt in, but you can't put too much garlic powder, too much. Well, in my opinion, you can't put too much garlic powder. Okay, so we got our sauce done. I'm gonna add my mushrooms in. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of salt to the mushrooms because remember we didn't do it before because we didn't want it all to be too mushy. I'll also add a little bit of mushroom seasoning to this as well. So we're seasoning in layers. We season our sauce, we season our pasta water, we season our vegetables. A little bit of cracked black pepper. Going like this. Look at all those pretty colors. Now I'm gonna I added my kale now. So I'm gonna plop it right in there. It doesn't have many big stems, so it shouldn't be too bad. I do like a handful and a half because I like kale. I'm trying to like take the bottom veggies and put them on top of the kale to get to start to break down a little bit. Now here's the fun part. Our sauce pour, y'all ready? Here we go. Look at this. Look at that. And I'm gonna save just a little bit for later. Just like a smidge. That's really good. And you might look at this and go, wait a minute now, that don't look super saucy. So when I blended it, I wanted it to still be a little thick because what we're gonna do is take some of that residual pasta water and now add that to our pot. It's always better to do less than you think. That way you can add more if you need to. And you see how it just covers it? See that? You see how the kale is already starting to break down? It's wilting because of the hot liquid, because of the other hot vegetable. If you wanted to speed it up, you could put the top on there too. So before I add my noodles, I really want the kale to be nice and soft and ready. I don't want it to be too chewy. You can always add more plant-based milk, coconut milk to make it a little bit more liquidy. In fact, I might add a little bit more of the coconut milk, just a smidge, just because, there we go. I can tell from how I like things, I want it to be a little bit more viscous. What I'll do, I'll take my top here and I'm gonna cover this, okay? Just until the kale really starts to come all the way down. And while that's happening, when you're doing this, when you're doing the cook along with me, clean up at this part. So this is where you start putting up any seasons you don't need, wash any dishes, stuff in the trash, clean your prep area. That way when it's time to eat, there's not a lot of cleaning up you have to do. While that's simmering, since we're gonna use the parsley for garnish, we could do it one of two ways. We could just literally just take the parsley and just have it like this and put it right on top of the dish at the end. Or my preference is to chop it. I'll save some for the top and some for a chop. I'm literally just gonna run my knife right through the parsley, okay? I want it to be a little bit finer. There we go. So there's our parsley for garnish. It's a coming. Look at this, y'all. Can you see this? Right, look, can you see how the sauce is like coating it? Man, it's gonna be good. I wish I would have cooked with you because I'm scared to do this one alone. Well, you can cook with me because I'm going to have the replay for this. Just subscribe so the next time we do it, we can do it together. But you can do this. You can do this. Don't be afraid. What's the worst that can happen? So oh yeah. See how it's coming to a little bit of a steaming up on us. That's what we want. Oh, so that makes it gets a little thicker. So you see how when I pull, the sauce isn't just running everywhere. So look, this is what we're gonna do now. We're gonna take our pot. Don't forget about the pasta, Shayla. We're gonna dump it right in. And when you're cooking on one stove, what I would do is like have the pasta in the pot that was boiling the water in, and you dump it in with some of the water so that it kind of just, it combines even better together. And so I'm just gonna use my tongs to kind of turn the pasta in the dish. And look how much the kale has wilted down now. Oh, wow. Come on. The colors and we cooked the kale just enough where it still has that vibrant green. Ooh wee, my family gonna be eating good tonight. And you will too when you do this. Now let's plate it, okay? So I kind of take my noodles and just, see that? Okay. Now I'll take some of my parsley and just, remember that extra tofu bread sauce? I'm gonna just take a little bit of it and just drizzle it like that. Oh man, come on. That's tofu. Am I right or am I right? The only thing that would make it better is if I had somebody here to share it with me. It's time for the best part. Let's taste it. Gotta get a mushroom or two. Ooh, it's hot. Hold on. I don't want to burn myself. Mmm. Mmm. It reminds me of like an Alfredo sauce. If I said, you want some tofu and I went like this, you'd be like, wait a minute, hold on, what, right? It's good. Ooh, a little bit of that black pepper hit me. Oh wait, I know what it was. I didn't do this, forgot. A little squeeze of lime. There we go. I'm sorry. This is wonderful. Who's gonna try this? If you don't like tofu, would you be willing to try this? I would try it. I have to start from scratch because I don't have any of the ingredients at home. That's okay. That's okay. And you know what? Whatever ingredients you do have, you can kind of make it your own. So if you don't have the green onions, use regular onions. You can use your own mushrooms. If you don't want to do mushrooms, you can take that out. But there's the description. There should be a list of all the ingredients. So glad y'all stuck around. I'm glad y'all liked it. This was fun. I gotta go though. And you gotta go too, so you can go make this. Love y'all so much. I will see y'all at the next live. Subscribe so you can know when I do the next one, okay? See ya.